I love betting stuff live. Gives them a
Yeah.
feel.
Now, I will say that to me, this is set up for one of those beautiful games to bet live. Like, I could totally see.
We talked about this bet before, man, and like you said, it's tough to handicap these games. But I want to give you a side here. We had talked about, I think maybe a week ago on the look at not a maybe was it a week ago? Maybe it was a week ago, or even maybe even 2 weeks ago on the look ahead line, where we thought that like Missouri might just trash Ohio State. Right now, Cotton Bowl, Missouri versus Ohio State. Missouri is now 3-point dogs as Ohio State's -3. Now we know I did look up. Henderson is going to play, but McCord is out. I don't think Trey Yanum was a big deal. It's really
Trip
more
train him?
Henderson.
No, he wasn't.
Yeah,
Not with Travion. I mean, Travion's their guy. I mean, Chip was a really good number two back. He was the power back.
yeah.
Henderson's the home run hitter. Chip Trainum kind of moved the chains. But they have
Hmm.
a young kid, Dallin Hayden, who's that downhill power back, and he's there, and they're going to elevate him next year to that role. So, to be honest with you, that's super marginal.
Right, and then we already know Marv is out. Harrison
Marv's the
Jr.
big one. We talked about it off air.
Yeah.
I think Devin Brown, early into the season, I sided with why Ryan Day chose McCord. He knew Harrison Jr. for a long, long time. And you just can't teach a wide receiver quarterback relationship. And so although I did know, and it was out there publicly, Ryan Day said it himself, Devin Brown definitely pushed Kyle McCord all summer long. It wasn't like Kyle McCord won the starting job easily. That came down to the very end. And I think it really just came down to the fact that Kyle McCord had that built-in relationship with Harrison Jr., and the team didn't want to necessarily have to worry about Devin Brown and Harrison Jr. cultivating that relationship on the fly with the team that they thought was good enough and proved out. I mean, it was a Kyle McCord pick six, and I don't want to ever put it on one player. The game, there's a million reasons why Ohio State lost a close game. But obviously the pick six was the one single play that probably stood out the most as the reason why Michigan had the advantage in the game. And I think the one thing that Devin Brown provides that Kyle McCord doesn't is he's an athlete. So when the play breaks down or when just the defensive players win on the back end and it takes about 4 seconds to figure out someone's open, Devin Brown can run and Kyle McCord could not. And so maybe that's a difference in the game here. A couple weeks ago, I was with you. I really thought Missouri I sprinkled a little money on Missouri. I was thinking more Ohio State players were going to opt out and go to the NFL. That's just always how it's been. I've been a fan of Ohio State for a long time. Them and Alabama. No team loses more. I don't care what any other program says. Maybe Georgia now. They're finally getting there. No program loses juniors to the NFL at the clip of Ohio State and Alabama. It's like a rite of passage after 3 years you go pro there. And this is the 1 year where it seems, I don't know if it's NIL. I would say it's probably NIL. The fact that you can't match first round money or even second round money, but the fact that these college programs can now legitimately sit down with a guy that's getting a third round, fourth round, fifth round grade and say, look, we can match you that NFL money and get you a better draft status if you have a breakout year with us. It's
Right.
giving these kids a real decision to think about. And this year, I'm going to be honest with you, there's about 4 key guys: JT Tuimoloau, Denzel Burke. I think he's going to go pro, but I think Jack Sawyer, Travion Henderson, Emeka Egbuka, and JT Tuimoloau, years past, they would have gone to the pros. They'd been sitting out this game.
I'm about to say Boca is coming back, right?
Yeah, I think all those guys might be coming back except Denzel Burke. He's getting a first-round grade. You're getting a first-round grade. You need to go pro. That's just my opinion. You never know. You don't leave or you don't stay in school if you're getting a first-round grade. You don't pass up a lottery ticket like that. So yeah, I think Ohio State has a lot more to play for. I think they were going to be totally looking ahead, and I think the players coming back want to jumpstart next year, and I think it starts now. And so I thought Missouri was the team looking to jumpstart next year. Well, I think this is 2 teams looking to jumpstart next year, And that's why I think you've seen the line open at 5, go all the way down to 1, and now it's come back to 3 because you've seen all the news now that Ohio State's key guys outside of Harrison Jr. are going to play, and apparently they've looked fast. And you're getting them on an indoor track. You're getting Ryan Day with 3 weeks to prepare. I've totally switched my voice here. I've bought out of my position. I'm not going to have any money on this game because I think it's going to be a shootout. Yeah, I think it's going to be a great game, and I don't really have a lean either way. I'm excited to watch this one because I think this could end up being the bowl game of the year.
So it's funny. Here's the drama. Ohio State. I'm reading it right now. Ohio State Harrison out Cotton Bowl, but status uncertain. This was dropped 4 hours ago. Now I seriously doubt he plays. Just because what is he, a top 2 pick, right? At this point,
Yeah,
like he doesn't drop past 3 at all, right?
No.
Is either right. So it's probably rare for somebody like this to play in a bowl game, but I love the drama here. Then I'm looking at it right now. Ohio State at Cotton Bowl right there. Man, I love the little.
He's been there. I will say that. He's not like he didn't travel with the team.
Yeah.
Now, I will say this. Yeah. People that I know that are at practice, he hasn't put on pads and actually practiced.
No, he's just been on the sideline.
So he's been there. I think he's kind of helping the young kids out is what I think. I think he's helping the Carnell Tates of the world. Hey, you need to be here for this route. Ryan Day's going to want you here. Brian Hartline's going to want you here, which I think is phenomenal. If you're going to sit out the last game, which I've got no problem with, it's a business decision at this point. You're not playing in the playoff. If you sit out a playoff game, I'm always going to think that's chicken shit. If you don't sit out a playoff game, I'm never going to get on you. It's just to me. But what I will say is if you are going to sit out a game, you should totally go with your team and to help the young kids. It's bad if you just totally just alienate yourself from the program.
Yeah. Looking at this game here, total is, you said you like the total here. Total is 48.5. It does seem low. Reading through here, it is expected that what's his name? Devin Brown, that's what it is. Devin Brown should show out in this game a little bit here. Without Harrison, is obviously it'll be tough. I mean, he was just twice the next closest guy in terms of receiving, 3 times the next closest guy in terms of touchdown. I know you weren't a big McCord fan, but he still was good enough, right, to make plays. I want to bet this game. I do like Missouri, but now that I'm thinking about it, Ryan Day's had a month. His first half seemed right here. I don't even think we have a first half line here. Let me double check DraftKings real quick. I love betting stuff live.
Now I will say that to me, this is set up for one of those beautiful games to bet live. Like I could totally see this being a spot where if it's back and forth, what you want to do is when the second to last team scores with like a minute and a half left and they kick off and the team that's getting the ball last is down, take them money line because they're probably going to go down and score and flip the script and win the last second, if that makes sense. So that's kind of how I'm looking at this game because I'm with you. I could see Ohio State's passing game taking a small step back, obviously without Harrison Jr. and a new quarterback. But I could see because remember, here's the thing. Running backs, that RPO when the quarterback can truly run with attached to the running back makes the running back 2 or 3 times better. Everyone that's played football knows that. When the edge can't just blindly crash or every linebacker can't just blindly hunt the running back, that matters. And if Devin Brown can prove early on that he's dangerous with his legs and everyone's a half step slower, we already know Henderson's a home run hitter. If all of a sudden you got to worry about Brown, Henderson could go off. And if that dude starts going off, Ohio State's a monster. They're just tough to handle because that dude's kind of the game breaker. I've talked about it all year. Like he's that dude that can hit you with 3 carries and go 60 yards multiple times and flip the game.
Do you think with Devin Brown, you think it'll be a hurry up type,
Yeah, up
fast,
tempo,
up
RPO,
tempo?
run, just trying to like go helter skelter and kind of get those boys flying around, making them chase two run, make them chase Brown left, Henderson right, Brown left, Henderson right, play action, play action. Yeah, I think it'll
All
be
right, here we go.
a lot of all over.
All right, I like it because it's under the key number of 24 for the first half. What we're going to do here is I'm taking a small bet here, maybe three-fourths, maybe even a full unit bet for me, which is $100 for me. We're going to go over 23 and a half first half. So I wanted some action in this game.
I like it.
You know what I mean? And my thought on that on the handicap on that game is that both both head coaches has had time to obviously game plan for this. Obviously, we give the edge to Ryan Day here. But I think at least the first 10, 15 plays are scripted, you would
Yeah,
say. About 10 to 15 games are scripted. And with that hurry up that Ohio State will probably play with fast, I think sooner or later, I think they might break one out here. Obviously we give the head nod over Ryan Date over, was that Eli Drinkwitz? I think it
Eli
is.
Drinkwitz. Yeah,
Yeah. So
he's up and
give me
coming. He's I really like Eli. Like I don't think this is a massive edge, but I do think Day's really good at scheming when you give him extra time.